Alright, I'm finally able to get back in, so I'm gonna make my video. So back here is the logic for how some of the classes are able to do their things. Most of this logic is for the alchemist. It's basically just checking if they use a potion and then giving them it again so that they always have it. Because otherwise you'd throw it once and that would be it. You'd have used that ability forever. That's pretty much what all of that is. This one is on a little delay here because it's the healing potion, and we don't want them to be able to infinitely heal, because you could just spam click the ground with the healing and never die. Over here is the logic for the mage. Now, this is a bit more complicated, so I'll go pick the mage class so you can actually see how this works. We got some dialogue on the class picking now, so you kind of know what you're signing up for. So as you level up in the mage class, which I'll show that later, you'll get a couple items. There's a glass bottle, a book, wither rose, a blaze rod, and a snowball. I think that's all of them. So we go to the glass bottle, it plays a little sound effect, and if I go into F5 here, it gives you invisibility. So if we hop off it, the time on it will slowly tick down until we are visible again. Loop. And then you do it again, gives you it back. So long as you're holding the glass bottle, you'll stay invisible, which is pretty neat. And then the book gives you a little sound effect and little foot particles. Gives you levitation. That's the wrong button. You can kind of float around. So as long as you're holding the book, you'll go up, unless there's a ceiling, obviously. And then when you go off the book, it stops letting you levitate after a second or two, and then you have slow fall, so you safely proceed to the ground. Now if we grab, let's do creepers, come in here to our little safe testing zone. When you hold the wither rose, it does an AoE effect around you that does damage to nearby enemies. It's not very high damage because that would be super broken otherwise. You could just run around and insta-kill things. Also played a little sound effects, got the particles. And if we go to the blaze rod, it summons a fireball where you're standing, and you just kind of smack it, and it launches it off and it explodes. So you'd have to like unequip it and re-equip it. And then the snowball, you get a little rain cloud effect above your head. And when you throw it, does a little lightning strike. Doesn't work exactly how we wanted it to. Wanted it to be wherever it hits, it does lightning. But as you can see, that's not really the case. This one probably took the longest to program, and basically it's just between the blocks 10 and 15 away from you. It does a lightning strike. For the longest time, it put a strike at every decimal point along the arc of the throw. So you just throw it and it'd just be like 500 lightning strikes. It was a mess. But that is the mage in all of its painful glory that was programming it. Right here is the system for leveling up. So if I hop into this mode here, if I give myself a level here, says I leveled up, and in my inventory there's now an emerald and a diamond. The emerald is basically your skill point, and this item is determined by your class. So if I switch back here, class 1 we get a feather, that's the ranger. Class 2 we get a honey bottle, that's the alchemist. Class 3 gets the diamond, that's the mage. Class 4 gets another ingot, that's the tank, I want to say. No, that was the fighter. And then class 5 is the tank, and they get a brick. And then what you do with that stuff is up here in their respective places, you have these villagers, and they say stuff when you walk up to them, and this is basically your skill tree. This is the tank's skill tree, so they would spend an emerald and a brick to get new shoes, and then on the next level they'd get 2 emeralds and a brick, and they'd be able to get the helmet all the way to the bottom. So basically have 10 levels of progression. Hello, sir. And that's for each class. So this is the mage one. And over here is the alchemist. And over here is the fighters. And over here is the rangers. So that's a good portion of what we've done. Now we've done some work over here. It's not done, unfortunately, but it is at least functioning to the point where we can do a proof of concept for what the rest of it will be. Just clear my inventory here. So if we come down here, this is the quest teleporting stuff. I had to change it up a little bit because we had to add new stuff to it. But basically, this is the logic for quests. This specifically is just one quest. I still have to do 3 other quests, but Minecraft was being rude, so I didn't have time to do it. This is for the witch quest. Basically, if you don't have the quest accepted, it tells you that you don't have the quest accepted, and then like sets all the stuff to be what it's supposed to be. And then down this line, it's checking if you've done the quest or not. So if the quest isn't complete, it tells you that you didn't complete it, and if it is complete, it tells you that you did, and it gives you a little XP reward. It's a mighty complicated system. This is a 1 pulse or 1 tick pulse generator. Same with that, and then there's a bunch of like repeater locking stuff. Yeah. I'll just show you what it does. So, if we talk to this guy, he tells us to find a job and talk to these dudes to get their information about the jobs. So I can just kind of walk in front of all of them, see what they're offering for jobs. And you splash yourself with the potion, puts in chat which quest you want to do. So if we wanted to clear the witch hut, it would set that as our quest over here, and then teleport us to the witch hut. And assuming we completed the quest, we would come back to the village and talk to the quest boy for the witch, which happens to be this man. So if we talk to him right now, he should say that we don't have the quest finished because we don't have the item that the quest requires you to get. So if we go and grab that and then talk to him again, he should take the item and be like, yeah, you did it. Ta-da! Cool. Now, if we choose a different quest, say the farm, sets the farm as our active quest on the side over here, and then if we go back and talk to the same mans, he should tell us that the quest is not accepted. Which he did, which is good. Now, that's almost everything. Did some work on the boss arena in the end. So, there's these towers on each corner of the building. You'll have to traverse through enemies and stuff, and then you'll end up here, and you'll find that these are all blocked, and there's a chest in them. So if we come in here, it says key number out of 4. So if we take that into our inventory and put it back, do that for all of the keys. La-di-dee. Sick. It didn't do it. Let's figure out why. Because I'm silly. I think. Let me just snag all of them. See if that does the trick. No. Why is that? Ah. That would be because Jackson was here earlier playing with things. Let me just toss these on the ground and fix that real fast. Cool. So if we pick these up now. No. What the heck? 3, 2, 1. Oh. Okay. This is some of the normal troubleshooting that goes on in the background. So these have a stupid glitch where you have to go in and click done on them. And then they work. It's super obnoxious and doesn't really make sense. But once you pick all of them up, these walls disappear as they should. Just go ahead and put these back. And that would allow you to get into here, which would take you up to the boss fight. Now, you would spawn the boss over here. Careful, it's dangerous. But one of the things that I did here is I made it so that on these, when you step on them, you get the wither effect. If I switch over to this mode here. Hello, come on, there you go. You just kind of constantly take damage in that area and kill yourself because there's a hole there. That's cool. Forgot to fill that in apparently. Let's just get back there real fast. I had to extend these down a little bit, so I gave them a little face on the bottom. But basically the code for each of them is just in that little square. Man, a single block missing and I happen to fall through it. What are the chances? This is a little corruption tentacle I had Jackson make in here. Just thought it'd be kind of cool. But the way this building is set up, the wither can't get out, so you just get to kind of fight him in there. Ooh, I don't need to do that. I can just go over here. Cool. So that's pretty much everything. Oh. There is one more thing that we were working on that kind of shows off what we're trying to do here. So if we go to the bandit camp, when you first get here, there's no enemies or anything, but when you walk forward, it'll say some text and it spawns a bunch of enemies for you to fight, which all the stuff for that is over here. Hello? That's completely normal, it's fine. Jackson must have took out a blaze rod over here. And this is where we're spawning enemies and doing the text. We got room to expand the amount of enemies in case it's too easy. But this is basically what we're going for. We gotta put these dudes in all of our quest areas. It won't be just these guys, it'll be various dudes. And if I grab a sword real fast and kill one of these guys, I gave them a custom drop, so they all drop gold when you kill them. Which, oh, and I just leveled up, so I'm now level 2 and I got 2 emeralds and a diamond. Let me just take care of the rest of those guys. There we go. So if we go over here, you will find that we've added a man's in here as well. Barkeep, and if you click on him, he's got some food trades. So you just like do that, you'll be able to get some food. Because the people playing this are gonna have to like actually eat and watch their health and stuff. So we gave them a way to actually get food without having to do the normal Minecraft stuff that isn't really in D&D. I think that that's everything. It doesn't seem like much when I'm explaining it, to me at least, but this took us a long time, and it was a struggle. But we're super happy with what we actually managed to do. The next milestone of this should be everything completely done. We'll probably do some stuff after just for ourselves to make this super fun and what we like want it to be and optimize it and stuff. But that's pretty much the gist of what we've done. There's a bunch more dialogue throughout the place. Like, for example, the farm quest has got a bunch of dialogue, and it's got like a whole travel to a different zone thing on a horse. It's pretty neat. It's hard to do board. But that's pretty much all of it, so yeah. Just gonna